Okay.
This is episode 130 of Seddy Bimco, Part 2, The Revenge. And we're suspending our tour of the United States for one more week. And we're doing it this week because George is away selling his book, Thor, his graphic novel, Thor. And we're here with Kevin Kablasto again.
Hello.
From sometimes Spaghetti and Freddy, sometimes Movie Mixtape, and sometimes Seddy Bimco.
Yeah, most notably Seddy Bimco.
And this week he wanted to watch a movie from 2013, correct?
Let's see.
Love on a Leash.
2011.
I found 2013, so all my jokes are set up for 2013.
Oh my god!
Can't change it.
Okay, 2013.
All my 2013 jokes. Can't ruin it. It's a movie called Love on a Leash. As you know, Kevin, before we get to the episode, I have an age-old question about revenge.
You're really trying to keep us on track tonight. Okay, go
Yes.
on. Go on.
Did Mrs. Collingsworth... Other host, George, often complains these have nothing to do with the episode, so this episode's about a dog, so listen to this.
Okay.
Did Mrs. Collingsworth ever get revenge on her dentist, who was a dog dentist, a dog that stood up on his hind legs and was a dentist? Did she ever get revenge, on this dog dentist who always looked in her mouth and said, "Ruh-roh"? Yeah.
Who is Mrs. Collingsworth or whatever?
You're as bad as George. It's a woman. It's a woman who goes to the...
From what century?
Dog dentist. And the dog says, "Ruh-roh," just every time.
Oh, George, come back.
Seddy Bimco, Part 2, The Revenge. You heard what it's all about in the opening. And Kevin's here. Yep. I'm Tim Hamilton.
Yeah, you are. No one is going to take that from you. So,
by the time this airs, I'm pretty sure we will both have been on the Movie Mixtape with Dirk and Marcy. I have a feeling.
Probably 3 weeks ago. I think, if my math is correct.
Yes. And we talked about Harold Maude and...
an actual movie.
Yeah.
We're balancing the scales.
Everyone liked.
Yes. Except for you, and then we convinced you to like your own movie.
I like it. I just felt it might have been dated.
It's weird. Tim and dated, those two words never come up. Which are you, Tim? Are you Harold or are you Maude?
Well, you change over time. I'm in the middle right now.
Okay.
I'm modeled. I don't know.
You're moderately
in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Hey, did you watch The Penguin? I'll ask you something.
No, I didn't.
You never watch anything I watch.
Yeah, well, listen, you've watched chimps string people's faces up. I was going to watch Salem's Lot, but then I knew it was a classic Tim foolery.
Sorry.
Because I know you didn't watch it. So I didn't watch
Salem's Lot. You tricked me. It's terrible. I don't even want to talk about it.
I didn't watch it because I assumed it was awful.
Yeah. So, even the makeup for the vampire. It was the worst vampire, makeup I've ever seen.
Don't apologize to me. I didn't work on the show.
I'm sorry for the people out there.
Okay, gotcha. No, I watched Uzumaki, which there's no way in hell you watched.
I did not see that. I didn't see it.
But apparently I should stop watching. It's based on a Junji Ito manga. And apparently I should stop watching because they switched animation studios, by episode 2 of 4 episodes. And basically the director of episode 1, or in his studio, he just went on the internet and started apologizing about the drop in quality and, throwing someone else under the bus. And then he deleted all of those posts.
Oh, wow.
So,
you're in deep.
This. Listen, it's one article, but we watched the first episode, Megan and I, and then we enjoyed it. And we're like, cool.
What's it called?
Uzumaki.
Okay. Is it on HBO?
Yeah, it's on Max.
Well, why would you think I wouldn't watch it? You just got to tell me.
It's animated, and it's spooky.
I like animated.
I know
you're in deep with all this.
I know, you get confused. You're like, I want to meet that man, and then your wife has to tell you that's not a real man. So,
I bet you're deep into this animation, where I'm still like...
Yeah. Oh, it's because I like the author.
Okay.
So it's like if you're a big Stephen King fan, and this was the first time they did Salem's Lot, you would then be like, I got to see this.
You don't know what I mean. I'm still stuck at Oh,
Yes.
did Jack do more creation for the Hulk, or did Stan create more of the Hulk? And then you're talking about, I mean, you're talking...
talking about modern
Yes.
things. Yes.
Never mind.
Also, it was Jack. Like everyone knows that. So,
Oh, but a week ago we watched Amazing Colossal Man. Did you ever see
yes.
that?
No, I have not.
You know how it starts?
No.
They're waiting for a bomb to go off, and it doesn't go off. And then it's not a kid in a car. It's an airplane crashes. And one guy's like, I got to save him. The bomb could go off any minute. And he runs out and he just stops and stands, does that stand like Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
Gets irradiated.
You mean David Banner?
No, yeah. Manning is the man. Anyway, we shouldn't talk about old episodes.
I want to watch, I guess, well, wait, should I?
Colossal Man, it's on YouTube. Yeah. It's a classic.
Oh, really?
It's goofy.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think you'll laugh at a giant man in a diaper.
Well, listen.
You see that every day, right?
I was going to say every time on Seddy Bimco. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll have to check it out.
So that's wait. Oh, okay. How about All Along? Oh, Agatha All Along. You watch that one?
Nope. No.
Oh, man.
Listen, I've stopped on all things that are fun or entertaining.
How about...
I just sit and stare at paint.
Kevin can go fuck himself? Is that the name of the show?
No, I still haven't seen it, but you guys love saying that. Every podcast I'm on is just an excuse to say that. So...
never mind then. Never mind about pop culture.
Listen, I've been reading horror. I've been reading, books, various things too spooky to talk about on this podcast.
Okay.
That just means I can't remember what I've been reading and I don't want to talk about it. Oh. Actually, no, I did read another book by Junji Ito, Dissolving Classroom. It was pretty good.
Did you read that spooky story for Halloween called The Lottery?
Are you talking about
the classic, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
No. I was going to make a reference, which...
Have you ever read it?
Yes.
All right.
You're talking... Okay. I thought you were going to reference the girl with the... Is it green scarf around her neck? Spoiler alert, it's holding her head on. But that's like... If you're like an 80s, 90s kid,
right.
Although the story came out in the 70s probably,
yeah.
You would know the story because for some reason it was in every library in elementary school. Oh. And I see memes about it now. Wow. That's how I know it's reached the pinnacle of success. It's all downhill from there.
Did you?
For this? Yes.
I'm just saying. Did you get those Scholastic magazines in school?
Oh, hell yeah!
Did you read the story? They read a story once. They're always taken from a classic story, so I don't remember who wrote this.
Sure.
This woman's being haunted by a water ghost. You know this one?
Yeah.
And she freezes her at the end. Is that the one you saw?
No, I don't know that one.
So this is kind of for kids. Like she's defeated it by the new technology of refrigeration. It was like written at the turn of the century, and froze the ghost. So
you were more terrified by the idea of refrigeration than you were a ghost. So
I was going to say I was in such a small town. I don't know how my parents know stuff, but my mom was like, you know that story with the ice ghost? I think I had to read it for homework.
Sure.
She said, yeah, she wouldn't tell me who, she was very mysterious. One of your classmates' mothers was very upset. She doesn't want her children reading supernatural stuff. And I guess complained to the school, which is, to me, I was like, what? I never heard of this. It was like 7th grade. I didn't know parents were all upset about certain things.
There's a girl in my class in elementary school, and I think we were going to watch Aladdin, Disney's Aladdin. And we did not.
Oh, I think you told me this.
Wait. I don't know. I don't think.
No.
Well,
tell me
maybe
what happened.
I did.
And you did not. She just.
So wait, we did watch it.
Okay.
But she got to go to the library. Her parents didn't want her to see the movie because the lead character is the thief.
And he's.
No, his race has nothing to do with anything. Okay. So no, it was because.
Oh, I see. All right.
Yeah, it's because the lead character is a thief, and I don't know which. Okay, I get it. But she was also one of those religions that, she also couldn't celebrate like Halloween or Christmas or birthdays or anything. She had to go to the library.
See, I totally thought in today's day that they were Middle Eastern. And like, I don't want you to go see the movie where the Middle Eastern character is the thief.
This was
and also the hero. Yeah, I know. I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean.
Yeah. It's because Genie's skin was blue.
Yeah.
Yes. That they can watch the movie. So...
Well, as you know by now, I like to place my movies as how long
No.
after or before Star Wars it came out. But when you pick these
Yes.
awful movies from the 2000s, I
Yes.
say how long after the Passion of the Christ it came out.
What? Since when are you doing Passion of the Christ? I know
It's happened.
George's Labyrinth. I figured you'd do like the prequels.
No, how long after Passion of the Crisis came out, which was 9 years because I
I've
thought it
never.
was 2013.
Yes. Okay. I have not seen Passion of the Christ for what it's worth.
I haven't either. It's
Okay.
just it's my touchstone for the 2000s.
Starting now. Okay, go ahead. Well, wait, you did it. You
I
set
did
the
it.
year. What an amazing segment.
What at least
People are on the edge of their seat. This movie was also 12 years after The Phantom Menace. There we go.
Did you see that in the theater?
I saw it twice, and the first time
you were hoping it would be better. Are you one of those people?
Literally, I literally was. I saw it with my dad, I think, I think my dad. And then I'm like, okay. My mom was like, oh, I kind of want to see it, and so I saw it with her, and I have a history of walking out of Star Wars movies with women where they were more entertained than I was. And I'm a sad sack where I'm just rethinking my entire life. The same thing happened with the sequel trilogy. It's not with Megan, though. And then walked out of, what is it, Last Skywalker, Final Skywalker? I don't know.
Never saw that one.
Yeah, don't bother. But anyway, I walked out of that just so defeated. So, and yeah, Phantom Menace, I literally went home, took my Star Wars toys and books, put them in a box, and just put them in the closet.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, they've been back out since, so don't worry. But now I just focus on the original trilogy.
And then back in.
Yeah.
Love on a Leash. I have it right here, 2013. I see it. I copy and pasted it.
Where are you seeing this? I'm looking at Wikipedia.
IMBD.
IMDb.
Comedy, romance, fantasy. And here it is. Here's the synopsis. I'll give it to you.
Let's hear
a lonely, homeless golden retriever magically transforms into a human man when he gets taken in by a romantic woman who falls in love with him.
A romantic woman.
I read that online.
Okay, I was going to say, that doesn't have your stank all over it. That is generic internet stank. So, okay. Yeah, so
yes. Go ahead. Well, you start.
This is the third time I've watched this. Yes.
Oh, 3 times you watched this?
Third time I've seen this damn movie. And here's the thing. First time I watched it with Megan, I believe. And she likes good, bad movies. Like, she thrives in the world in which they exist. I can't get her to watch Eyes Wide Shut or Wild at Heart or, anything credible. But I can get her to watch, like, this. And then I can get her to watch it a second time when I force my friends to watch it as well. So watching it with a group, it's entertaining. But this time I just watched it alone, and it was hell because I had to pay attention to take notes.
Yes.
And it just leaves your head spinning.
So you said you have some facts about this, and I will say I let you do that research. It's directed by a woman named, do you know how to say her name right? Tian?
Probably not.
Tian.
Yeah, that's her last name. Tian.
I found one picture of her. She is Asian.
Sure. Yes.
I think.
Yes. Believe it or not.
And I don't like. Well, I'm just saying this for a little point I wanted to make, which I'll make it right away. This movie's so odd. I don't know where she's from or where she grew up. It might be a difference in. This movie is so. What would you say? It's just so weird and not
magical, romantic.
It's magical.
Normal. I would say it's a very normal movie.
So I wonder if it's a difference of cultures. But I also wanted to say I don't like these new movies because I feel bad for people. But I read that there's
because they're still alive.
Yeah, but I read there's no music in this version because she didn't have a contract with the musicians. She didn't pay the man who does the dog's voice. So I'm like, I'm not. I don't feel so bad talking about this.
No, you can talk about her as much as you want. I mean, the people who are in it, they had to deal with being in it. I mean, it's like, okay, I'll just call out the big one. The Room is a classic movie where it was a foreign director, whatever. But I would kind of do The Room as a one-off. Room is sort of in its own classification. There's other movies like Troll 2, which is by an Italian couple, and... trying to think what else is this. Love on a Leash.
Troll 2 is not the one the dentist made? Or is that
Nope.
what's that movie? Famous movie?
Yeah, I'm trying to think who it is.
Leprechaun 2? Is that the
I
dentist
don't
made
know.
that?
Sure, Tim. Whatever you say.
I thought this was famous. You don't know about this?
No, I do.
What?
But I'm also even struggling right now to remember other movies where it's directed by someone foreign. Oh, it's Birdemic. That's the other one that's directed.
Okay.
Another famous, really bad. There's three of them.
And Bird, because Hitchcock was from England. He was a foreigner.
The Birds?
Yeah.
The Birds, yes. Okay, so anyway.
Talk about foreign directors, right?
Yes, I am.
Well,
So,
he was from England.
like
on.
Lord of the Rings. Peter Jackson.
Him too,
Kiwi.
sure.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, the point is, wait a minute. I think Night Killer might have also been another a foreign director.
Hulk 3, Watiki.
Yep.
He's Kiwi, right?
Yes, he is. Anyway, actually, it's Thor 3. Hulk is in it, but whatever.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Thor 3,
Yeah.
Love and Thunder, or what is that?
Yes.
One? Yeah.
No, that's yes. Is that 4? Thor Ragnarok is 3.
Oh, Ragnarok and roll.
Love and Thunder is 4. George is so angry at you right now and so happy with me. So, anyway, regardless, yes, there is a cultural difference there, I think, based on what I've heard from people who have been in these movies.
Right.
You know, behind the scenes stuff. And a lot of these, we have like 20 years. Not this movie. Well, we're getting there, but other movies, you know, there's 20 years and they're like, oh, here's a fancy version and we're going to interview everyone. And typically the director's just like pissed off that people laugh at their movie. Meanwhile, the people that are in it are just like, yeah, it was a paycheck. It was something else.
Okay.
So the guy who voiced the dog, there is an interview with him. He basically had said that that he had no direction.
Jesus.
He was doing the voice
I could tell that.
He was doing the voice. He is like a stand-up comedian. He was voicing the dog after everything was filmed.
Wow.
He had no direction, and he was purposely doing garbage because he's like, at any point she will tell me stop it and do it right. But apparently, there were some lines that I guess he did read that were from hers, but they were written so weird, and he read them verbatim, and she just, once again, there was a language barrier. So he just...
This explains so much.
Yeah. The music I heard, too, wasn't because she didn't pay people. She pulled it because she was afraid of copyright problems on streaming.
Well, there's a point in this movie they're watching TV.
Yes,
you saw that too, right? They're playing David Bowie's China Girl.
Yes, David Bowie's China Girl
no way
is still
she paid
in there.
Paid for that.
No way in hell. So like Tim said, though, there's no music. So the reason I messaged you to see if you had watched the movie was going to tell you, don't worry, your audio's not screwed up at the beginning because it's silence and then all of a sudden the dog talking.
There's no, what do you call that? Is that ambient sound? It's just like there's no sound of the streets or trees. No. It's just completely quiet.
Meanwhile, there's other scenes later with crickets, literal cricket sound effects for no reason. It's like, come on. Like, could this be more symbolic?
Wait. So
the last factoid, she told a church, the way she got the funding for this movie was she told a church it was a religious film.
Well,
and got money from a church and then made the film, and they're like, this is not what we thought you were making, and she just left the country.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Well, what was the church? So who believes in reincarnation? Buddhist?
No. You're applying too much logic. I think it was just a movie that was meant to represent Christianity.
Really?
So, yes. So
I took it as reincarnation. But...
Well, no, you're right. You're 100% right. But she just lied to them. They'd be like, "Oh, does it have this? Yes. Is my son in it? Does it have? She just said yes to whatever.
I was wondering if she was the director, the woman at the playground.
Oh, I thought about that too because that scene was so bizarre.
Yeah, we should try to get through it. So it just starts off with a retriever running around the park, and that's why it makes sense now. No direction. He's just looking at women, going, Girls.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like girls.
Yeah, I wrote down actual lines because there's no way you can.
No,
Yeah,
the only one I wrote down is some guys are petting him like, "Hi, nice doggy," and he's like, "Lay off! I'm not gay." I'm
yes,
like,
yes. Girls, where are the girls? Where are you? Yes, exactly. So no girls, no fun.
Oh, these are the
Yes.
lines.
Yeah. So
So he's a very horny dog for.
yes.
We don't know yet he's been reincarnated, but basically in the plot, he used to be a playboy.
Yeah, you find out, like, how long is this movie? An hour, 20 minutes?
Way too long.
You find out, like, an hour in. It just comes out of nowhere. So.
And we meet two girls, Paula and Lisa.
Which, yeah, if you look, I was looking for Paula's name on IMDb, and she's not even credited on there.
Oh,
so
I feel bad for her.
Yeah, that might have been her choice.
But they also have bizarre dialogue because Paula's like, "Hey, some guys over there. Let's go check them out." I don't know. It's just like stilted stuff. And her friend Lisa is like, "No, I don't know. Why bother? I'm going to remain." She's like, "I'm going to remain a virgin unless I meet the right guy." Something like that. Sorry, my notes are messed up.
If you want, I've got exact dialogue written down.
Yeah, go. You interrupt me.
Okay.
See, George just like talks. Yeah. You gotta be aggressive here, Kablasto.
So Paula says, let's see, guys are no good, but they're good for a little fun.
Right.
And it's just virginity so yesterday. And Lisa says, if I can't find a real man, I'd rather just die yesterday.
Right.
And Paula says, oh, look around. There are no real men, just freaks, geeks, and players. Anyway, and Lisa tells her, I believe there's one for me.
And that's why Lisa prays right there, remember?
Did she pray?
That explains it. I was like, oh, what's going on with this movie? She sat down and prayed after Paula went to get it on with those guys.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
You did not see that?
Paula, there's hooting and hollering, and Paula goes off with the guys. So, no, I didn't see that. I was busy paying attention to the dog. Because Yes.
Yeah, that's all. The dog finds her. He blocks her car, I think. So
they're at the park, and then they're all of a sudden at a gas station, and he rolls in dirt and gets Lisa to take him.
Yep.
And he starts singing a stupid song. I'm a dog driving in a car, driving to her house, gonna go far. Which it's so freaking stupid.
And she brings him in and gives him a bath.
Yes. And her very green apartment.
Yes, everything's green.
Do you know why it's green?
No, did you make a list?
Oh God, no! I have a real reason that the director said.
Oh, well, okay.
Did you make a list?
Just one.
Okay, I feel like I let you down now.
You let me down. You ruined it. I'm not going to read that list now.
No, I should have made a list.
Tell me what the real reason is.
We'll regroup in 2 hours. All the list. So the real reason is the green is supposed to represent virginity, which maybe in China it does. So, but yeah, according to the director, she said there has to be green everywhere because it means she's a virgin.
Clothes, the walls, everything.
The dog comments on it too. Because,
the dog hates it.
Yeah, why is everything green? And
several times.
The actor's just riffing. She also has various points where she has fake pimples on her face.
I saw that.
Like, that is also meant to be because she's a virgin.
Wow.
She's not having sex. Yes.
This director really went in depth.
She did. So.
Holy shit.
Yes, exactly.
I wish I'd read all this. But she doesn't do what a normal person does, which after giving the dog a bath, she's like, okay, see you later, back on the street where you could get hit by a car. You could put a sign up. You could ask the vet. You could take it to a shelter.
Exactly. Logical things.
She's a bad person. I'm sorry, Lisa.
She is. I don't like her. She
works at a clothing store. And did I hear correctly the sounds that she helps a woman put on a dress and that woman's just farting?
Did. Yes, she certainly did. Yeah, a random lady's trying to fit it. It's too small, and then she farts. And I'm like, this is the moment that Tim is going to be clapping at his TV. Yes. Standing up and clapping. I really hope you watch this movie with your wife.
Oh, God, no.
I was going to message you and say it's a romantic movie. You should watch it with your loved one.
It says it right there in the title, George.
It does.
Kablasto.
Yeah. Whoever the hell you are. My rotating co-host.
She's also like, I'm not going to say this dress. You're just too big for it. Which, why would you? I'm like, This job is nothing, a nothing
and then
job.
She just starts yelling, "Manager!"
Yes.
And
Real Karen.
This manager guy comes over and, is like, "Oh, you look great in the dress. I'll sell it to you." And then this guy, Kyle, an Asian man who owns the store.
Does he own it?
Like,
I thought the other, that's right. The other man's the manager.
Yeah, the other guy's the manager. And we'll talk about more confusion later. But so then Kyle's like, "I think I like the way you did it better." And he asked her on a date.
Yeah.
Yep. So she gets out of there.
And she does get the dog back home because she's getting dressed. And the dog's looking at her and she's like, "What are you looking at?" And the dog's like, "Not much."
Dog leaves, hurts its paw.
That's right.
Back in. And she's got her top off. Don't worry. Sorry, George. She's wearing like layers. But anyway, and
George. Oh, I saw everything, George. She's topless half this movie.
We saw it all. But yeah, she says, "Yeah, what are you looking at?" And the dog says, "Not much."
Yeah.
And the dog just continues to insult her.
I know.
Help her out. It's amazing.
Paula, her friend, is all excited about this date with Kyle.
Yep.
Oh, the dog's name we learn is Alvin Flang. Did I get Flange? Did I get that right?
Alvin Fang.
Alvin Flang. I wrote Flange.
I think you're right. And
I'm a good speller.
Because she keeps saying, like, "What to call you? I'll call you dog. I'll call you this." She ends up calling him Prince.
Yep, because he goes, "The artist formerly known as."
Yeah. Which, by the way, let's make this very clear. No one can hear the dog speak. The dog speaking is just for us, the audience.
Just the audience.
Yeah. It's not I don't know. I can't think of a movie where the dog talks and people can understand
Spaceballs.
Yes. Well, he's a Mog, but still. Anyway.
Son of Sam, the movie. You remember that?
Yes,
Come on. There's a dog that talks. That guy.
Yeah.
Berkowitz heard him.
It's not, at least it's not too far off. Or the director.
How about Scooby-Doo?
That's
he says ruh-roh.
It's
just
true.
Like the dog dentist.
I like that. Whoa. I wonder if they're related. So yeah, this movie's very dumb, but we'll go through everything.
No, not everything.
We're going to go through scene by scene.
No. There's so much.
Yeah. Okay, so dog's named Prince. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, they go to buy clothes, and this dog...
Yeah, I can't afford that. Not unless you're buying. And the dog says, "I'd rather kill myself." And I think at that point, it's just that you can tell it's the voice actor.
And there's a talent agent there. And he's like, "Your dog can pick out clothes from a pile. I want to hire him." And they're like, "No, he doesn't pick out clothes in a pile for money."
But yeah, the dog takes the card, and that leads into things later. Also, the guy at the swap meet, huge sale, $3, $2, huge sale. That's dialogue is atrocious. Oh, and then there's a sound of the dog being hurt. She's like, "Why'd you kick my dog?"
Yeah.
And I'm quoting verbatim, "Him nose is ruining my clothes."
They're in a pile on the floor.
Yeah, he's helping me pick out clothes. Yeah, right. You really know how to lie.
They're on the floor.
Verbatim dialogue.
The talent agent in this movie?
Yes.
Did you see the other famous animals he represents?
No.
Grumpy cat.
Ooh.
Sleepy cat. The monkey from Friends.
Okay. Marcel.
Yes. Some of the surviving birds from the movie The Birds. And that stingray that killed the croc hunter.
Oh, Steve Irwin.
Yes.
R.I.P. Time of recording, he just passed away. So yeah, Lisa's at work, and then her creepy manager goes, "Lisa, don't move. I think there's a spider on your back." And he starts rubbing his hands on her back. She says, "I'm not going to hurt you." So she runs off, and then there's a guy creeping around a clothing rack.
Buying a lingerie, and he's like, she's like, "What size?" He's like, "Your size."
Yeah, he knows her name, too. Yes. He's like, "You're Lisa. Do you need something for your wife? Your size, whatever you like."
Yes.
And he leaves and just like stares at her like a creep.
Spoiler.
Yes?
Just a spoiler for the audience. Every man in this movie is a creep.
Oh, yeah.
It's just...
They really are.
Yeah, but he does that.
"See you soon, Lisa," he says while he's leaving. So,
then we meet Rita.
Wait. Okay. Then just to add to the creepiness, because my notes fall apart quick, so don't worry.
Okay.
Then the manager comes over and goes, Lisa, I'd like you to wear this, and hands her a dress. And he's like, you need to look good for the customers. I insist.
Yes, I'm the manager. I insist.
Yes.
It's a green dress, though, isn't it?
Of course.
How do you know? He knew she was a virgin.
Okay.
But then we meet Rita, who looks like a fortune teller, and I never know.
Yeah, she has an accent like a stereotypical fortune teller.
Who is she? Where's she from? We never know why.
We eventually find out she's a friend of Lisa's mom, who we think is dead, but is not dead.
She says your mom's not here because of the LA fog, and I thought, she's dead.
LA smog, yeah.
That's her way of saying in heaven.
Yes, I think she's, But then you find out, no, she had to move, and she was like asthma.
Yep.
So
that's not funny, Kevin.
I've got asthma.
See, it's not funny. No. Stop making jokes.
I can make jokes. I got asthma just for the jokes. So
can you give me permission?
Yep, do it.
Okay.
Make jokes.
She moved because of the fog. That's all. She also moved because they wouldn't sell her brand of cigarettes in the town Lisa lived in.
That's good. Her brand was LA smog.
Yeah.
Coincidentally.
With a filter.
Yeah. But no one wants it in LA, so she had to move. So, her friend, yes.
Oh, well, we were talking about Rita, but I want to talk about Paula, because Paula comes by. And she's like, trying to convince her to date people, and she's like, I got a man for every activity.
Yes.
Swimming, food, sex, three-way sex, takeout food, watching The Bachelor with, father figure, mother figure, robbing liquor store, killing bugs. There's a different guy for everything.
I thought there was more to that list.
I didn't write it all down.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So that scene happens. By the way, the editing is like non-existent in this movie.
Oh, it's weird. They'll just cut to the dog for like 5 seconds, and the dog is saying "ruh-roh," and then they go back to the action.
Yeah, scenes just happen.
I'm not exaggerating.
No. So the dog finally reveals that to us that if he if she marries someone else, because she's going out on dates. Yeah, there you go. You made it sound better than it is.
It's like a sitcom.
Yeah, exactly. So, and
Three's Company.
Yeah, it says if she marries someone else, he'll remain a dog forever. Which, where the hell did that come from?
Yep.
And then she says, "I'm exhausted," and he says, "You should call the ambulance."
I know.
It's just dull thud of a joke. And so,
what? I mean, that's a great joke.
God, did you use it on your wife afterward?
All the time.
By the way, Lisa's mom, she ends up on the phone with her mom, so we know she's not dead. And her mom says, her mom's in shadow, first of all.
I know, it's mysterious.
And she says, I hear you're dating 2 guys at once.
Yeah.
And she's like, so what? She says, what I mean is you should date 4 or 5 guys at once, not 2.
I know.
Like, what the hell is happening?
The 2 women in her life are terrible.
Yeah. Well, Rita's bad too. So
Rita is the one who sent the man to buy lingerie.
Yes.
You didn't
trying
know.
to set her up. Frank.
Yeah.
And so
I didn't care about their names.
Lisa goes on a date with Frank. Tim. I think his name is Tim Hamilton. So Lisa goes on a date with Tim.
Is this the creepiest, one of the creepiest scenes you've seen in
my God.
many movies?
This is creepier than most horror movies.
Yep.
Yeah. So
go ahead, tell us.
Okay, sure.
Yes.
He goes on a date with Frank, and they're there with his mother.
The date is in a restaurant? It was weirdly filmed.
It looked like a restaurant, but then later it looks like they're at her place.
They are. Yeah, they do that.
So like I said, no editing. It's just completely random. So, the mother is very controlling and saying like what Frank can eat and what he can do and everything else. Mm-hmm. And so then we've got Frank's mom and Lisa alone. And you expect them to say like,
she does say, Frank, I got to talk to her alone. And Frank's like, already, mother?
Yeah. It's so creepy. It's like a Hitchcock Psycho type, Norman Bates character.
But go ahead.
So you expect her to be like, my son Frank is pitiful and marry him and I'll give you money or something that. Nope. She's talking about how her grandson, who is currently 10 years old, has been raised using like the latest technology and all this other pseudoscience and crap.
Yep.
And how then
he's going to be president. Like, he's going to be president, she says. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And so he needs a stepmother who can have no children.
Right.
And she has to agree to have no babies and have her tubes tied before her marriage.
Yes.
So there's like
wow.
all the attention is paid to this kid.
Yeah.
And so rather than Lisa going, I'm getting the hell out of here, she considers this entire situation as a actual option.
Yep.
Which is, want to add anything more?
It's just super creepy.
So then Kyle comes over, her boss from work, and
the dog bites her for some reason.
No, Paula gets bitten.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Kyle wants to stop by. He hasn't yet. But then Paula comes over, gets bitten.
She's like, my house is super messy and it's all green.
Yeah.
I'm a virgin.
Yeah. So Prince bites her, gets thrown out, says, I've got to do anything I can to get back into her heart-shaped box.
Right.
Who, other than Nirvana, who uses that phrase?
That's probably what he got it from.
I would assume. So Kyle, her boss, shows up, proposes to her and says, but it'll be in name only.
Yeah.
And basically says, I'm not attracted to you. I'm not attracted to any woman. Yes. My family is very old school. They would never accept me being gay. Mm-hmm. If I didn't get married and have a son, they would never speak to me again. And so that's Kyle's situation.
Yeah.
And as soon as he leaves, I'm talking, there's no way he could have even walked down her staircase, which they show a lot in this movie. Then Mark, her manager from work, shows up and immediately starts trying to like sexually assault her.
He says, I don't love my wife, but it's not safe to see hookers. And
yes.
So I'm going to come and assault you.
Tries to attack her. It's insane. And then Prince saves her.
Yep.
And this is when, when the plot starts to come together.
Did you notice what the dog said, though?
What does the dog say?
He didn't. He says, no, she's mine. He wasn't like, don't rape her. He was just like, no, she's mine.
She is mine to later sexually assault.
Right.
Basically. So, but Lisa ODs.
I know.
Like instantly on something.
And the dog has to go out and get someone to help her by playing dead in the road.
Logically. Because, with a matter of like, timing is just thrown out the window here, basically.
Yeah, because she goes to the hospital and then, she comes back in the same dress, same night. Like, I'm home. It's never addressed again that she tried to kill herself.
It's awful. I did write suddenly she's back home. But so then all of a sudden Prince, she gets a hug from her because he saved her from ODing, and he turns into a naked man.
That's right. Yep, that's when that happens.
And it doesn't sound at all like different voice actor. It looks nothing like him. At one point, he's wearing a horrible wig that I think is meant to look like the dog's shade of hair.
Did I notice that?
Yeah, and
we should say he's very well built. He's like a muscly guy. He's not like a little.
Yeah.
And funny if he was a little Woody Allen guy.
I mean, but he looks bizarre.
Woody Allen now, I should specify.
Yes. Well, right. not Woody Allen when he was a hunk.
Not when he was a hunk.
Yes. So we find out that this guy was a cheating playboy and he was cursed to be a dog. But I can be a man. I can be your husband.
Yep.
He tells her, and there's a bunch of BS. She accepts him to be the husband. There's a scene for Tim where he goes into the bathroom and he is checking himself out in the mirror.
He's like,
and he
looking good.
Jumps up to show his butt crack in the mirror.
Yes.
And instead of music, there are literal cricket noises playing during the scene.
He wanted to know he didn't have a tail. Sure.
Oh, sure. Then there's a very awkward scene that you can talk about, Tim.
well, it's the timing again. He's just turned into a man, and they just get down to it. He's like, let me yank this shirt off of you.
What is it that they get down to? So once
human dog intercourse.
Yes,
interspecies relations.
Yes, exactly. So once
right away, and she's like, yeah.
Yep. So she was a virgin. She no longer is. Not that actually matters for the plot, but I guess it does for a few beats later.
So after this, like, I will also say, yes, they're a little bit happy, but I haven't mentioned this yet, but she cries constantly in this movie, Lisa. Anything goes wrong,
Wambulance.
she sits in the chair and turns on the wambulance. So this, I don't know why I thought of that now. It's because there is like, they're happy and they're kind of dating for a little while.
This entire movie is.
But he can only be a human at night.
Which makes no sense.
No, it doesn't make sense.
No, we didn't, because they haven't even that hasn't come up in the movie yet. They just piecemeal in details. They basically should have gone Beauty and the Beast and done the scene at the beginning that sets everything up, you know. But
yeah.
But anyway.
But she's mad. She's also mad at him because she's been picking up his poop for I don't know how long.
And he's been eating it.
So come on.
Listen, you went too far. Well, it's funny you mentioned that.
I was going to say he's turned on watching her pick up his poop.
She feeds him dog food at one point, and then she makes fun of him, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm a dog now, genius."
Yeah, whatever.
So the whole thing is bizarre. Bizarre. There's some like magical fairy fountain thing at the park
That's God.
is. Yes, it's God, exactly. See, it is a religious film. And that thing is guiding him and being like, and up to this point, nothing. All of a sudden, basically, it's telling him, like, you have to find your true love and things like that.
Well, that you have to, love her because he is just using her, we'll say.
Yeah.
Because, like, he disses her usually when he can. And at one point, while it's kind of a montage, you know, she puts a dog leash on him while he's a human.
Yes.
And he's like, hey, dog leashes.
Yeah. That's bizarre.
Hey, Mr. George, we saw everything. She's naked.
That's right. Yep. We forgot to mention how beautiful she is. Well endowed and beautiful. Yep.
Him too.
Yep. And so if Marcy's listening,
watch this movie.
You're going to see attractive people kissing.
Marcy from the movie mixtape. He's not happy. She wants to know why he's unhappy because he does want to take care of his wife, he says.
So he gets a job at the talent agency.
Yeah, she doesn't want him to do that. I don't know why.
Yes.
I mean, he's perfect. He's a dog with human intelligence. They could make a killing.
Exactly. And so
she's a downer of a person, by the way. No sympathy for her.
No,
cries every morning.
She's awful, illogical.
She can't count, by the way, later on. I don't want to forget that. She cannot do math. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
At the end of the movie, well, remind me to talk about math at the end of this movie.
I do every time. So,
but it's important this time.
Okay.
Very pertinent. So he goes and does a dog commercial. He meets the woman who farted, I think, in the clothing store.
It is, because it's such a small cast. and they're showing your dogs, like, and she's like, that one's too, I don't know, foreign. And it's like, I don't know, a German Shepherd or something like that.
It's a joke. I mean? Come on, Kablasto.
Yeah, it's a joke. Yeah. Oh, I get jokes now.
It was a poodle, French poodle. It's too foreign.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway.
Even snails.
So they talk about this dog, and I have no way to get a hold of him. And just a bunch of like extra crap that doesn't need to be
She's
in
like,
there.
well, you call me when you do. And she slaps him in the face with his tie.
Yeah, the dog ends up showing up. And Prince pretends to be the owner and says, my dog will be there. Just give him the cash.
Right.
Pay him cash and give the dog the cash.
He's waiting for him the next day.
Yes, and then he doesn't show up outside, but then he's in his office. And then they're like kissing this dog's butt.
Because it knows colors.
Yeah.
It picks up a beige phone, pink phone.
Pick up the indigo telephone. And then he's like, who says indigo? It sounds like a Tim line. But
that was the only funny line in the movie, right?
It was. So whatever, he
ends up in the commercial with the China Girl song.
Yes, he does. That's later seen on TV.
China Girl song for no reason because the commercial has ninjas in it.
Is it a commercial or a movie?
I think it's
they like flip flop.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
They say it's a commercial, but then later it's
aren't ninjas from Japan, Kablasto?
Yes.
And China Girl is a movie about China. So
and the director's Chinese. Yeah. So.
Oh, you know the director, and the singer is British. Mr. David Bowie.
Yes.
So they messed that up.
David Jones.
Especially
Davy Jones.
he changed his name because of that monkey guy. You know that?
I figured
your rock and roll history?
I figured it was because of the Pirate Association. So
Monkeys.
I liked the Monkees better than the Beatles as a kid because they had a TV show that I saw.
Right.
I'm just dropping that. Yeah.
About that show, Lancelot Link.
What the hell? Did you have a stroke?
Lancelot Link. It was a show of all monkeys.
I don't know.
They were detectives, all monkeys. You look that up sometime.
And then they tore people's faces off. Yes. You've been talking about that show for like 2 months.
No, Lancelot Link is a show from the 60s.
Okay.
Chimp Crazy is a documentary.
Wait, it's a documentary?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So she's still mad he did a commercial, and she cries because she gets mad about everything. Everything.
Yeah. I'm just skipping through her being sad and upset and whatever because it's just garbage.
Oh,
yes? I was going to talk about
he says something about the magical woman says he needs to learn to feel love, and he says, I feel love in bed. Did you catch that line?
Oh, I caught it. I threw it back.
And Lisa's friend Paula comes over.
Yes.
And like finds that this guy is there, and explodes that she never told her.
Yep, he's naked. And she gets pissed off.
Yeah.
And saying like
you and your high and mighty virginity. Like she was never high and mighty about it, but
no, and she was always telling her to have like 18 men.
I know.
None of it makes sense. It's so infuriating.
She runs away. She's not her friend anymore.
So
then Lisa's mom comes to visit, and they go out to dinner, and they meet this guy. But something happens. Does it get ruined? Does their dinner get ruined? Because he's like, they don't know what his job is. He has no ID.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you skipped. So basically, I'm going to cover a lot really quick because there's a lot.
She's alienating all her friends is what's happening. But
you left out where Rita's mom is paying men money to dance with Lisa.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then she says, like, I've got someone else, and they say we want to meet him.
Right,
and
okay.
then they meet him. They're like in the morning. They're like, he's to work, and then they meet him later.
I like the overhead shot from the camera where they're eating. Did you notice? They're just putting the fork in the bowl to their mouth. I don't think they're putting any food on it.
No, I missed that shot.
They're eating like robots.
Yeah. Because they're saying about like, you have no marriage license, you don't have this and that, whatever. Let's see.
If this were a screwball comedy in the 40s, I think it would work.
Yes, I agree, because Rita like crashes the house to try to catch them somehow doing something, and then she ends up like finding out he doesn't have a bank account or a license, and then she's chasing him, and all of a sudden he has a tail, and he goes into a bathroom and comes out as a dog.
Because she's chasing him at sunrise.
Yeah, it's like, honestly, it's probably like 10 or 11 in the morning.
He runs in the bathroom and he's growing a tail.
Yeah.
By the way, when he changes in the movie, it's just CG sparkles and suddenly he's a man. There's no transformation.
There is later in one scene.
I thought this was it with the tail. I guess I forget.
No, there's a later scene when they're at her new boss's house.
Oh,
which
yeah.
Apparently she works for us. Yeah.
But he just changes. There's no transformation, I don't think.
Oh, yeah. No, there's a CG transformation. It's right out of the Michael Jackson black or white video.
Okay.
It's of that quality.
So her mom and her lady friend, they leave really angry. They're like, I'm done with you. If you're not going to meet a proper man, blah, blah, blah. And her poor mom's in a walker and to make us feel bad for her, I guess.
Wait, I don't care if we're going in order at this point. So they basically say like, your father walked out, and they say like, you guys got to get married. You got to show up at this place for the license, the marriage license. And then the mom says like, my husband didn't show up, and look what happened to you, and blah blah blah. And so obviously he can't show up. He shows up and he's a dog.
Yeah.
And then they get all freaked out and leave and stuff. And
the mother and Rita never really see that, do they?
They don't see the dog. They just see that he never showed up.
Yeah.
So, but the irony of the reason you had no father figure was I told him to show up in the morning to get a marriage license with me, and he didn't show
Oh,
up.
yeah. Okay.
And then, this same situation
Yep.
happens because he's a dog.
Yep.
It's so stupid. It's
So Lisa wanders around crying again. She's crying, and this is weird because she goes to a playground and she's like, "Oh,
Yes.
what beautiful kids!" And the mother whispers in her ear of these kids.
Yes,
and so
this Asian lady who Tim thinks might be the director. We don't know.
Lisa runs home and tells her husband, Prince.
Well, it's not. They're not married, but yeah.
The woman at the playground she says, "Guess what this woman at the playground told me? She said exciting sex will make for excellent kids." Is that something you'd say to a stranger at a playground?
Only on playgrounds. You say it to people on playgrounds all the time. So, I mean, it's simply children, but still. Yeah. So
gotta cut that
anyway.
out.
So I knew it. So anyway,
but Prince has to explain again. Lisa's stupid. She goes, "We might have dog boy hybrids."
Oh, yeah. So
I'm thinking more money.
Yeah, exactly. You can sell those.
So she cries again.
And so anyway,
Prince is annoying too.
Oh, everyone's awful.
When he's a human, he just watches. He watches Spaceballs, and he fast forwards to Barf's parts. Barf's parts. That doesn't sound good.
No, he's watching The Lady and the Tramp all the time, and he's howling when the tramp comes on. Or sorry, the lady comes on.
Right. He's also watching the Shaggy DA Disney movie.
He's constantly, I don't know, sniffing butts.
Watching Cujo.
Oh, he's watching Cujo. Yeah.
So I was cheering for the dog.
I was just going to say that. Yeah. It's good.
How about Marley Me? Is he like that one?
I haven't seen that one. Sorry, Tim.
Beethoven. How about that one?
Yeah. He likes Beethoven's third.
Okay.
Yeah, but not the first or the second.
And of course, he likes Reservoir Dogs.
Yep.
Got them all, I think.
Yeah. Every dog movie. All dogs go to heaven. Dog Day Afternoon.
Right.
We're just gonna keep saying dog.
Who's he cheer for in that one?
I haven't seen that movie.
All Dogs Go to Heaven. Is that one?
I haven't seen that movie. So anyway,
the movie about the dog that stays at the train station even though his owner was dead.
I haven't seen that movie.
What's his name was in it?
Al Pacino.
Right.
John Candy.
John Candy. He played the dog. He expanded on his barf role.
Yeah, it's Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Oh
my God, Turner and Hooch.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh.
Okay.
For some reason, they go see a Chinese stone exhibit. Dogs can't go in. She goes in and she hates it. Do you know what this was about?
Did you have a scene that I didn't?
You don't remember they went to a museum?
I think I was just like, I'm not writing everything down. I don't care.
Well, I love this part, next part. Then never mind that part. Scratch that.
Oh, I wanted to know.
Kevin, this next part. Lisa, being the annoying Lisa she is, she's like, won't you go have lunch with my boss? I want to get a promotion, and you could really help me. I need you there.
And they say, then all of a sudden they say, if the sun is not shining, you won't become a dog, right? So they make up these rules.
Because it's cloudy out. You can come. And he's like, oh, okay. Yes. So they eat outside and
it's day for night.
I didn't notice
where
that.
It's obviously filmed during the day, and then they just make it appear to be overcast.
So of course the boss is like, I have 5 stores, and I need to hire someone like you, Lisa, to take over so I can have a vacation or retire. It's all very. He's got kids.
And he's got a kid that's like 28, and the kid's like, I want to be a movie star. Right. Like, what the hell is going on?
And what's she want to be? Because he's like, they don't want to take over the store.
Yeah.
She's like, well, I'm going to be a scientist.
Yeah. And I'm going to be a movie star. It's like, how old are these kids? They shouldn't be living there.
So the sun does come out. Yes. And I missed the CG. Is this where it happens?
So the sun comes out. And he's coincidentally sitting with the sun.
Right, of course.
Outside. Yes, and that's where the CG happens. There's no dialogue. They're just sitting at a different table by the pool. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden he turns into a dog. And then Lisa sees him and freaks out.
Wait, but I didn't see the CG.
It's right there.
Okay.
There's a scene where it's him, the son,
Uh-huh.
and he's like gets on the ground, and all of a sudden he morphs into the dog.
Okay. I just saw the sparkle, CG sparkle. But yeah, he falls. Oh yeah, Lisa screams and for some reason jumps in the pool.
Yes.
And for some reason she can't swim.
Yeah.
And the dog's like, "Ah, damn it, got to save you."
Yeah.
And nobody else jumps in to help. The whole family there.
So the line in the movie, he jumps in and he says, "Grab on, you pizza-faced cinder block." Good God. Good God.
And they'd had sex at this point, right?
Yes. Yes.
So nobody jumps jump in the pool to help them. You want to know why, Kevin? This is my official list.
Thank God.
Reasons.
Yes.
Why would they own a swimming pool and none of them seem to know how to swim? Adult children, husband and wife.
Why would they own a pool and not know how to swim, Tim?
The pool is part of a 10-year plan to overcome their fear of water. And at this point...
you got to tell me when the joke's over.
Let me start again.
Yeah.
This whole family's afraid of water. The pool is part of a 10-year plan to overcome that fear. And at this point, they've only put 1 foot in. Okay?
How many years in are they?
But, well, before that, 2 years ago, the backyard used to have a koi fish pond, but that only made them afraid of water and fish. And before that, the backyard only had a water bed in it. And that made them afraid of wet dreams.
Wait, that was the end?
That was it.
That was good. You were just getting started.
Just get started.
Yes.
So Prince is told, I think he has to die and be reborn because he brings this up.
Thank God.
And she's like, no, I'd want you to die.
Yes.
And she cries a lot.
And then he just leaves the apartment. He's on the steps and he has like a jacket on or something. And then he turns into a dog.
And he's naked, right?
Yes, and he's naked. And then he starts singing a song. It's just like going outside singing a happy song. And she finds a letter that says like, you deserve a nice husband and kids and things like that. And she goes outside and she's crying again.
It's a montage of her crying. Yeah.
Yep, and like I said, he's singing a happy, stupid song. And then he's back at the water park. And let's see. But then he realizes he loves her, goes back to her, and gets hit by a car.
Yes.
And he's like, I really love you, honey.
And dies.
Yes, and dies.
I knew it was very fake, but I didn't like that.
No, I didn't either. And so, what Tim's referring to is a dog had like makeup on it, and I still didn't like it. Yeah. So, every human character I don't care about, but
no.
Please do not accidentally harm the real dog. So her mom and Rita, are like, marry someone else, move on.
Yeah, she's like, no,
she says she
never.
won't.
But they're like, why aren't you wearing green anymore, Lisa? Anyway, whatever.
What would be the opposite that she would wear? She's wearing a shirt.
No, because she's no longer a virgin, I'm saying.
No, I know. No. I know. I got your joke.
You sure you got that?
Yeah, she's wearing a shirt that says I screw on the first date.
With the dog.
Yes, exactly.
Her shirt. She has many t-shirts. One says, "My boyfriend licks his balls," and one says, "I pick up my boyfriend's poop." Think of all the t-shirts she could wear.
It's true.
That are completely not funny.
Let's say.
No, they're not. They're not funny, Kablasto.
It says, "Give me your wiener, dog."
Jeez.
Yes. So there's a sign that says for rent in Lisa's apartment.
Oh, time. It does say 10 years later, right?
It did say that?
I think it said.
I was going to say like there's no
15. It couldn't have been 10 because of what we're going to explain here. But she's old.
Paula shows up and with her grandkids.
Grandkids. That's why. How many years does that take?
And she's like a grandma.
First, it's got to be at least 18 years for her kid to grow up if she just had kids.
Oh my God! It's got to be more than that.
And then grandkids.
Yeah, it's more than that.
And the old makeup isn't that well. It's just like they stuck some bags under their eyes.
The first shot, Lisa looks no different.
No.
Then all of a sudden, they're sitting on her couch, and
she does have that walker.
A lot older. Yeah, she looks a lot older.
She does have that walker.
Did she have a walker?
Yeah, and she's dragging that oxygen tank around. Since she had one fake peg leg. Did you notice that?
Yes.
She had a patch over one eye. She's basically a pirate. You didn't see that?
Yes. So, and she kept saying like all the things that she bought with her AARP discount. Yes, yeah. And she said, "I have to get to the diner. It's almost 3:00. I can get that discount." So yeah.
So she does tell Paul. Here's where she doesn't know math. She does tell Paula the whole story, and Paula's saying like, "Oh, you really loved him," and she goes, "Yeah, and if he comes back, he'll be my age." And Paula's like, "Well, no, he'd have to be born again." And Lisa's like, "Oh my God, yeah."
Yeah, and says something like you'd be the age it was when he died, and then count back.
Yeah, like of course. Like, I thought that he'd be reborn, he'd be a baby, and she'd have to wait.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, Lisa can't do math.
And the thing about this too is they're looking through her photo album, and it's she sees Prince, the guy, which she met for half a second and got pissed about, and then there's photos of him as a dog, and her friend Paula's not asking about that.
There's a picture of me picking up his poop.
Yeah, there's no conversations about why is there a dog in there. So anyway, so then a random guy shows up.
Well, Paula ran out of there again.
Yeah,
disgusted with pictures of her picking up dog's poop. But yeah, he shows up. They don't even film it dramatically. We just see him walk in, like, "Hey, it's me."
Yep, and then it's
Prince.
What? Yes.
Is this where he has a wig that's like hair is sticking up as if it's a 80s hairstyle?
Yes.
Like what's his name? But Eyes Without a Face, right? Billy Idol. He had the whole Billy Idol look.
Yes. And he looks gaunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like how you say yes. He's supposed to be young.
Yeah, I don't know how they did that.
Makeup. Magic.
But he had a shirt on so you couldn't see his muscles.
It's true. Maybe he was always gone, but you were just too busy staring at his nips. So anyway, so it's Prince, and then she's like, "What took you so long to come back?" And he's like, "Lisa, it's better if you didn't know."
Really? I didn't hear that.
Yes. And then he holds her for a second, and it becomes old.
Right. I'd be pissed.
And he's like, Lisa, I have a dog training business, and naturally it's very successful. And then there's like a bunch of love talk, and it's awful and not worth repeating. And then it just shows them to get married, and that's the movie. Good God.
Wow.
Yep. Good movie, huh?
I suggest you all watch it with a friend.
Yeah.
With Kevin.
Yeah,
go to Kevin's house.
Yes, please. So lonely.
We do a new. Oh, go ahead.
This is a good movie to watch with people while you're having drinks and pizza or whatever. Right. This is a good party. Megan's 10-year-old was asking about it, and we were thinking of making her watch it so she could feel like she was watching, a movie made for adults, and then she would just be befuddled by adulthood.
She would be.
Yeah. This is some sort of punishment for wanting to know anything about life. But
I think I should make a T-shirt though with a dog, and guys are petting it, and the dog is just thinking, "Hey, lay off! I'm not gay,
Yes. Hey, lay off, man! I'm not gay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, lay off, man.
Yeah. There you go. There's your New Yorker cartoon. So.
That would almost work, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If you drew it right. So we do a new thing here.
Yeah.
And you don't have to partake, but I usually tell what Star Wars ripped off from this movie or what this movie ripped off from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Have you been enjoying this on the show?
Listen, you have so many new kids all the time that I can't keep track. So you probably record like 6 months in advance that I probably haven't even heard it. So yes, my answer is yes. I love this bit. It's my favorite bit.
How is this like Star Wars? Well, Lisa, she was actually a dog in a previous life, because she was already a horrible person once, and she become a dog. Didn't work, so now she's still a horrible person. She didn't learn her lesson. So they were in fact both from the same bitch, as they say, both from the same female dog. Alvin and Lisa. They were stepbrother and stepsister, much like in Star Wars. And they wouldn't find this out until the sequel, Love Alone. Oh, I mean, the sequel's called Love on a Leash 2, Home Alone with My Stepsister.
Oh, no. Oh, no. You're getting into like bat and spider territory.
Am I?
The type of stuff that they talk about.
That movie is straight to internet, by the way. You just look
yeah.
look at certain websites.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh.
Do you want to do Labyrinth? See, George does Labyrinth.
What does he do?
How is this movie like Labyrinth? Kablasto?
I can make something up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
10 seconds.
All right. This movie's like Labyrinth because they both have dogs. There.
Are there Labyrinth? Are there dogs in Labyrinth?
Yes. There's her dog at the beginning that gets drenched in the rain, and then there's Sir Didymus, and also Ambrosia, the dog that rides a dog.
I tried watching this movie as an adult, and I turned it off. One of the few films. Sorry.
Yeah, it's because you're a horrible person.
No, she's home babysitting, and suddenly goblins show up. I'm like, where are these from? Give me some foreshadowing.
She literally okay.
No, I don't want to know.
I'm gonna fucking correct you. So the foreshadowing is she's literally reciting a play when you first see her at the beginning that is about the Goblin King, and she's learning her lines from it, and then she says a line from that play, which is to summon the Goblin King.
So no other children in town are reciting this play? She's doing this play alone in school?
She says it. She's probably practicing for the lead role, and then she says it, but she means it, and she says the words without a script, I guess.
So every year when they do this play at school, some little girl says the...
You know what? I bet you're right. Because, think about it. All those goblins... Oh, wait, you haven't watched the damn movie because
I've seen parts like the Muppet Goblins and he's bouncing... I saw David Bowie bounce a baby around.
Yes. And David Bowie provided the baby noises for that baby because because they couldn't get on the soundtrack.
Wow.
They couldn't get the baby to do it. So no, Labyrinth, if you think about it,
I don't.
You can cut all this. So I don't
think
care.
About it.
All the goblins were children. So yes.
Okay.
Maybe he put that book out there for people to say it all the time. I'm going to add 40 minutes to this podcast.
No, you're not. It's time for revenge. Wherever you are, wherever you're hiding, I'll find you.
Revenge. One of us will die. One of us will die.
I will not let Cindy.
Here's my revenge story. That's what we do with this. This show. What could have happened after this movie, you know?
Wait, did you do the episode number?
Yes.
I don't know.
132 or 1. Why?
And did you say what number it is for part 2 of The Revenge?
Yeah.
Okay. I was paying attention. Can we just start over?
Yeah. So most everyone in this movie was horrible. Like we said, there's no one really to like. Sure. Paul is okay, but she's still kind of horrible.
Her Asian boss is okay. It wasn't his fault that his family was awful.
He's a sympathetic character.
Yes.
So this movie didn't have a sequel, Kevin. It had a TV spinoff. Don't you love it when that happens?
I do.
Years later.
Like Weird Science. Weird Science did.
Years later, Lisa went to therapy under hypnosis, and she realized that Rita, she saw in her therapy, Rita was the one that figured out that she was in love with a dog, and Rita is the one that ran over Alvin.
Oof.
To stop her from continuing her unnatural relationship with a dog man.
I respect her.
So Lisa is livid, so she's armed with her knowledge, and Lisa goes to visit the now very old Rita in her trailer home. No offense if you live in a trailer. And she's out for revenge, and Lisa intends to kill her after she cries for an hour. But Rita saw her coming. She can see by the look on her face as she walks past the abandoned cars on her front lawn of her trailer. No offense if you got that in your yard, Kablasto.
I wasn't listening. I was busy watching you read off the screen.
And the
struggle.
The old tires on her lawn, and the rusty lawnmower, and the cans of Michelob sitting on her lawn.
Listen, you didn't say no offense if you're in love with a dog this entire time.
So Lisa has some poison tablets with her, and she plays it cool and puts a tablet in Rita's Michelob as they both sit down to have a drink together. But they play that silly game where Rita says, Look over there, Lisa, some tissues in case you cry. And then she moves the cans around. And then Lisa says, hey, look over there on the TV. Young Sheldon is on, Rita. They switch the cans around. But eventually they both drink from their cans thinking that they poisoned each other. But it turns out that Rita poisoned Lisa too. They both die.
Good.
They're reincarnated as animals because they got to better themselves.
No.
They're reincarnated because Lisa needs to be punished. She's been a horrible person. So Lisa is now Lisa Lizard. She's a lizard. And,
oh no!
And Rita,
it's like Stan Lee over here. Yes.
Rita has to be a better person after killing Alvin, and she's now Rita Rabbit.
Yeah.
And they've been reborn as these animals on the West Coast, up in Oregon, and they immediately go to a stream where they hear cries from Lisa's mother, her mother, who never had a name, only mother. Yes. She's become a manatee. She's mother manatee.
Yes, logically, a manatee in the Northwest. Yes.
Yeah. So they all hate each other, but they have to hitchhike across America and to be better. They're going to solve people's problems to be a better human and be human again. And it's hard because they always have to ask if the people that pick them up have a swimming pool for Mother Manatee to swim in, and also to ask if they have crickets for Lisa to eat.
Oh, there's crickets in this movie.
And they don't last long because Rita Rabbit leaves little rabbit poop pellets every place, so they can't stay.
You're obsessed with animal droppings.
So they solve murders. Mother Manatee teaches some kids not to do drugs, and Lisa Lizard teaches people not to be racist against kids who like Star Trek. And
that's a race.
Rita Rabbit poops some pellets into an evil boss's coffee. And this TV show runs for 7 seasons. It's called A New Leash on Life. A New Leash on Life, Kevin.
Oh, I don't get it, but okay. Why? Do any of them wear leashes?
Yeah. With their names on them.
Okay.
There you go. I don't ask Kevin to do one. If there was a sequel, who would star in it? That's what I did last time.
Scott Bakula.
Okay. As the dog? Would he leap? Would he leap into different dogs' bodies and go, ruh-roh? Every week.
I love how you think ruh-roh is the pinnacle of dog humor.
Every week. Yes. He's in a new dog, and he goes, ruh-roh.
That's good. And then it cues the theme song.
That'd be a good show.
And it would be called
Quantum Leash.
There you go. Perfect.
There you go.
That's a great idea.
Well, we've talked entirely too long, Kevin.
It's been 6 hours. The sun's coming up. You're about to turn back into a dog.
Right.
So how do we end this?
We ended by saying that next week, George will be back. And for Halloween, he wanted to watch Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Like us and love us on all the socials, and go to our blog, which is Seddy Bimco Part 2, The Revenge, and send us a letter. Let's check the mail. Are we clogged up? Did Kevin send one? Because he was on it and he's being silly.
Did George send one?
Nope.
Did anyone?
So that's it. That was amazing, Kevin. Thanks for being here. So amazing. I think I talked about everything. Write us at Seddy Bimco with the E at the end at gmail.com. That's everything, right? Listen to us every Wednesday.
It is.
There's like 150, 60 episodes. More episodes than such podcasts as Bat and Spider and the movie Mixtape and Spaghetti and Freddy. We're in the lead.
The episodes only get better as time progresses.
Tell a friend.
Unless you're listening to this episode, then go backwards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that movie Tenet. Did you see Tenet?
Right. No, I refuse to see that one. What?
It's one of those few movies I don't know what happened. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't need to see it. I saw Megalopolis.
What happened? You don't know?
Exactly.
Who's the guy who plays Vader's son? What's his name?
Adam Driver.
Did he punch a wall?
Nope.
You know what's weird? No. I didn't care anything about I went to see the sequels that have Luke and everybody. What do you call those?
Yeah, the prequel. The sequel trilogy.
It's part
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So I didn't look at it. I was like, well, I don't expect much. I didn't read about them, so I just went to see it. And when Adam Driver took his helmet off, he was at a point of fame where I was like, oh, it's that guy from Girls. And when he took his helmet off, also somebody in the back of the theater just started laughing. I don't know what their relation was with his image, but I kind of guffawed. I'm like, oh, it's that guy from Girls. I had no idea he was in it.
I know that he was from Girls. I have never seen Girls, but I knew him from Star Wars and the things past that.
Okay.
I've seen him in a lot of good things.
Yeah.
But I don't know the show Girls.
I couldn't watch all of Girls, to be fair. It's not for me. It's for young girls who have drama. It's for young girls like Lisa who cry all the time in this movie. Gotcha. That's exactly who it's for.
But
I didn't get just through season 2, because season 2, I think one of the girls falls in love with a dog. So, girls. Well, thanks, Kevin. Thanks for being here. This is exciting.
Tim, it's fun. Awesome. Bye.
So long.
This has been a Pity Party Line production.
Party line, it's a party line.
Poetry. What else was Adam Driver in then? Name another movie.
He was in Marriage Story.
Didn't see it.
It was in Black Klansman.
Didn't see it.
He was Dead Don't Die.
Didn't see it.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got a lot to connect on to. Great chemistry.
I saw him something that I like. What was it?
Star Wars.